Breaking news from South Carolina. 70 wounded, 2 killed. Major incident at 2:35 a.m. local time in the town of Case, which is located just outside the state capital Columbia, South Carolina. An Amtrak train which was traveling from New York to Miami has hit a freight train, causing its lead engine and several carriages to derail. It has been confirmed that 2 Amtrak personnel were killed and over 100 others were injured in the crash. A spokesperson for Amtrak has confirmed the train which collided was carrying 139 passengers along with 8 staff members at the time of the collision. And according to South Carolina Governor McMaster, no one was aboard the freight train, which is run by freight operator CSX. He also confirmed the freight train was stationary on track at the time of the crash and the passenger Amtrak train was traveling at a rate of speed of 59 miles per hour when the collision occurred. But as of now the cause of the wreck is unknown and speed is believed to be a factor. HAZMAT teams are now fighting to contain a spill of over 5,000 gallons of diesel fuel which spilled from the crash. Although officials have confirmed the spill does and pose a serious threat to life, there are a few farms nearby which could be affected. The American Red Cross has been called to the scene and it has been confirmed that 116 people were taken to a local area hospital for treatment. An emergency official earlier confirmed reporters the injuries ranged in severity from small scratches to severely broken bones. Hospital officials later added that they received around 90 patients from the crash, but that most have already been discharged, and a Lexington Medical Center spokesperson added that the facility received 27 patients from the crash, all of which had minor injuries and have already been discharged. Breaking news via Reuters. Amtrak train on wrong track in fatal South Carolina crash, Governor Case. SC. Reuters. An Amtrak passenger train apparently traveling on the wrong track collided with a parked CSX Corporation freight train in South Carolina on Sunday, killing 2 crew members and injuring at least 116 in the railroad's third fatal crash in as many months, authorities said. Amtrak Train 91 was carrying 139 passengers and 8 crew members to Miami from New York when it hit the freight train at about 2:35 a.m. local time 0735 GMT near the state capitol and derailed, the railroad said in a statement. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster said it appeared that the Amtrak train was on the wrong track when it slammed into the parked CSX freight train, which had no one aboard. "It's a horrible thing to see, to understand what force was involved," McMaster told a news conference. The first engine of the freight train was torn up, and the single engine of the passenger train is barely recognizable. The southbound passenger train locomotive was lying on its side, and the first car was bent and also derailed, although it remained upright, according to images from the scene in the small city of Case, South Carolina. At least 4 cars of the freight train, which was northbound before it was parked, were crumpled, looking like crushed tinfoil, but remained on the tracks. The passenger train was part of Amtrak Silver Star service, and the wreck occurred about 5 miles 8 kilometers southwest of Columbia, the state capital. Local media said some 5,000 gallons of fuel leaked as a result of the collision, but authorities said it was under control and no threat to public safety. Identities of the 2 Amtrak employees killed were withheld pending notification of their families, officials said. The number of injured rose to 116 from a previous count of 70, said Lexington County spokesman Harrison Cahill. Emergency crews attend to the site of a train collision near Pine Ridge, Lexington County, South Carolina, U.S. February 4, 2018. This image obtained from social media. County of Lexington via Reuters. The injuries range from cuts and bruises to severe broken bones, said Derek Becker, Public Information Officer for the South Carolina Emergency Management Division. All the injured have been transported to local hospitals. U.S. President Donald Trump was getting regular updates on the crash while at his resort in Palm Beach, Florida. "Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone that has been affected by this incident," said a White House spokeswoman. "One priority is recovering data recorders from the Amtrak train that will indicate its speed upon impact," National Transportation Safety Board Chairman Robert Sumwalt told Fox News. NTSB investigators were headed to the scene. Governor McMaster said he had been told the Amtrak train speed was about 59 miles 95 kilometers per hour upon impact, but said the NTSB would investigate. The Lexington County Sheriff Department said a shelter for passengers was set up at a nearby middle school. Everyone was off the train, and the Red Cross was assisting them, the department said on its website. Derek Petaway, a passenger in one of Train 91 rear carriages, told CNN he was sleeping as he headed for Orlando but was awakened by the impact. He said the crew came through the cars really quickly and got everybody off the train. "Nobody was panicking," said Petaway, who was discharged from a hospital with minor whiplash. "I think people were more in shock than anything else." Officials from Amtrak and the Sheriff Department were not immediately available for comment. By mid-morning, fire and emergency personnel had scaled back their presence at the scene, but law enforcement and Amtrak officials remained there, Cahill said. In December, 3 people were killed when an Amtrak passenger train derailed in Washington state. In late January, an Amtrak train carrying Republican members of the U.S. Congress killed 1 person in a garbage truck with which it collided in Virginia.